Hey y'all, it's a 2-week update. So, 2 weeks since the last time we talked, and I told you all that I had saw some things. So one of the things that happened to me was during my healing journey, God told me, the closer you get to me, I'm going to give you my eyes and I'm going to give you my ears. And he did. When I say he did, I was moving cool, talking good. I'm talking about God let me see things that I didn't see before. He let me hear things that I couldn't hear before. And I felt so powerful. And just when I got good and strong enough to see through God's lenses, he put me in front of him. He put me in front of his eyes and he put me in front of his ears. And I could see me the way God saw me. And I could hear me the way God could hear me. Yeah, God said, your smart self, I gave you all these talents. You on YouTube talking about the difference between subservient and the difference between submission. And you ain't even realized that you're only subservient to me. You are not submissive to even me. See, I'm talking about passport brothers want subservient wives. They don't want submissive. Submissive wives surrender their will over to their husband. Who's subservient? Slaves, children, yap, bop. I could really talk a good game. Moving cool, talking good. And God said, I'm your protector and your provider, and you are subservient to me, but you are not submissive. I said, I told you all about me. I said sin leaves a stench in my nose, and you stink. You stink to me. You know why you stink to me? Because you walk out the door, and you get in bed with all of my enemies. You get in bed with all of my enemies. You mingle, gyrate, gallivants. Get in bed with all of my enemies. And after you get out of bed with all of my enemies, you come home to me. And then you say to me, why haven't you made me rich? Why haven't you given me the things that I've asked you for after you done gyrated, gallivanted, jalooped with all my enemies? I said, see, you make me have to protect you all the time. You make me have to defend your honor. You go out and hang with Jezebel, you take your clothes off, beat your face up, let your hair down, and go out and hang with Jezebel. Then when somebody disrespects you or treats you bad, you come running to me for me to protect you. Look what positions you put me in as your protector. You go out and let all of the people see my enemies all over you. But you want them to see that you got me. Because I'm the one that's going to take you to the next level that they can't take you to. But you give them all the praise and the glory. In these last 2 weeks, I done caught COVID. COVID made it where I couldn't go to work. I got 2 jobs. I couldn't go to neither one. So while I couldn't go to neither one, I've just been at home. And while I've been at home, I've been able to get some rest. And when I've been able to get some rest, I've been able to dream. And in one of my dreams one night, God gave me open heart surgery. And he opened my heart. It wasn't nothing but seeds in it. Nothing but seeds fell out. See, there wasn't no room for growth in my heart because it was full of seeds that had been planted. See, God said, Deanna, you have been living in the excuse, I didn't have a daddy. I had some childhood trauma. You have been living in that excuse for so long. You have gone around telling everybody, Cherry protects you. When God said, Deanna, I made it where you were Deanna. Deanna is divine. Deanna means divine. Divine means God. Deanna means goddess of fertility. When it's not translated into divine, goddess of fertility, Deanna is translated into a place of worship. After making you divine, goddess of fertility, a place of worship, you went and made yourself a Leo, a fire sign, cherry, boucher. Yeah. Do you see the slap in God's? God say it's 3 ways to see him. In nature, you can see God. You can see God through his people. And you can see God through his word. Nature, his people, and his word. I've been out here showing y'all all of God's enemies as a child of God. Preaching, just preaching at you. Subservience, submission. Let me tell you what God intends to say. There's no difference between a woman and a man. There's a difference between a husband and a wife. That's true. But God is my husband, and I'm adulterous to him. But I want to convince a man of God that I won't betray him. 2 weeks update, and I've learned so much. See, God says, I'm your husband. I'm your protector and your provider. I'm your father. I asked God one time, I said, Lord, the men out here saying that women should be like children to our husbands. Is that true? God said, yes. You should be like a child that he loves, not a child that he wants to sleep with. I said, what's the difference, Lord? He said, ask him. Ask a man. What's the advice that he gives a child that he loves? And the advice that he gives a child that he wants to manipulate. 2 different advices. See, you and him are supposed to be like children to me. But you are supposed to be childlike to your husband, impressionable. See, he's supposed to be able to be a stepdaddy, a step-in dad. See, my love supposed to extend to him, to you, my child. Step-in dad. That's what a stepdaddy is. Where there is no father, a father steps in. Stepdaddy. What? Stepdaddy. Step in dad. So he's supposed to step in my role. I'm your daddy. He's supposed to step in my role. See, a man asked me today, he said, are you feminine or are you masculine? I told him I'm virtuous.